Donna!
We should push for more genetic diversity
Donna!
in our crops.
I'm so excited to see Tony after work.
Could wipe them all out.
How's it going?
Okay, sounds
Oh, hi there. I'm doing great. How about you?
I've been struggling. You know, I'm doing terribly.
Oh my. I'm.
Yo, Vatska, come here. Thank you. Yoink. I'm taking that key card though. I am taking that because that may come in handy. Hello, Keen.
Evening, ma'am.
Evening. I'm just David. Whoa, a big step. Any other day I might be capital D, but today I'm just David, man. Get an idea of how many missions I have lined up so far. That's map. That's P. I is inventory. M is map. P is abilities. What the F word was the button for missions? L? Thanks, dude. Would I live in this city? I don't know. I haven't seen enough of it to know whether I would or not. I guess we'll find out in 5 days when I fully explored the city. Not in 5 days from now, but over the course of 5 days of playthroughs, I will fully explore the city, and then we'll find out the answer. So I have the main mission. No, wait, I have this one. Because in the cargo hold near the landing pad, I may have confiscated someone's belongings. That's the main mission. These are activities. Okay, I'll do activities after I finish one small step. Let's do that. Let's keep it moving. Got an important work call today that could be big for me, so I'm keeping it low key. I'm happy for you. Also, as big as it is for you, how big is it for me? I know it should be all about you, but I'm making it about me. I hope that's okay. Show on map? Oh, they literally mean the planetary map, not like an overview. Okay, yeah. Show all targets. What's that button do? Oh, it probably shows me literally all the targets in the map. It sure does. Do I like that? Or is that distracting? Oh, you know what? It's distracting because they're all blue. Ooh, I don't like that. I kind of wish I could differentiate these. Like maybe the side missions are in green, the main missions in blue, and then the activities are in yellow, but everything blue? Nah. No, thank you. Not feeling that one. Let's do it that way. Now this is no markers. Okay, cool. And there's the local map. Got it. Way over there. More free times mean more hanging out in chat. Lucky me.
And pull all-nighters for a week to finish them.
Go for it.
I didn't realize how I looked like. I thought I was like zooming. Like I really thought I was chucking it through the city, but not at a second glance. I'm not actually booking it the way that I thought I was. That's a very heavy run. Also, let's fix one other thing. Spacesuit. Hide it in settlements, please. Am I wearing that? Oh shit, I am. Oh, for the carrying capacity. Yeah, that makes sense. do that. Didn't I give you something to hold on to for me?
Captain, Constellation will be waiting for you at the lock carrying objects.
No, I liked what you say, and the way you say it is just, Oh, I put it in my ship. Whatever, I'll look like a bum the entire time, I guess. We live in an Adriocentric solar system, but not everything revolves around you. Fingers crossed for you, David. No, I mean, Key, maybe you arrived a little late. I told David, great job, you know. Hope it's good news for you. But what does it mean for me? So priorities. I apologize for Keen, David. I apologize for them.
I know your type. A freewheeling space ace. Must be nice.
It is. Oh, an ATM? Can I hack this? Wait, can I hack this? Steal from? I can't do it. I'm too morally aligned. What are you doing? I thought Vasco was like, I'll do it for you. Or Vasco was like, I'll steal.
Are we alone in the universe?
Paper money? I don't know if it's paper money. I think I would just digitally steal it. I'm taking the crypto bucks. The crypto BUXXX. Ooh, what's over here? A coffee house? Yeah.
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet's...
Although I have attempted an analysis several times, I simply cannot quantify humans' addiction to caffeine.
Buddy, it's coffee. Pick one, get out of the way, and let us get on with our lives.
Yeah, sorry. Sure. Yes. What?
Sheena.
Why do you move like that?
Halla.
I won't take anything.
Hi there. Welcome to Terra Brew. How can I help you?
Oh gosh, let me get
Hello and welcome to Terra Brew. How may I serve you?
What do you know what? What's your favorite thing on the menu?
Corporate policy requires me to state that everything Terra Brew offers is my favorite.
Yeah, let me get a
Certainly. Please take your time.
let me get a gosh. That looks so good. Medium roast? Not more of a dark roast. Oh, cortado sounds so good though. Italian style coffee? Wait, espresso? Italian style coffee? So wait a minute. Hold up. Earlier, when I went to the UC security office and I was looking at bourbon, and they said this bourbon was brewed in a place on Earth, in a place called Kentucky, in quotes, as a specialized location for bourbon. You mean to tell me that Italian style coffee isn't in parentheses? You're saying Italy's more important than Kentucky? You're right. Cafe latte. Macchiato. Ooh, udon noodles. That's so unhelpful. Rob her? Okay, I'll get right on that. Give me one moment. You worry your robot's gonna snitch on you? I don't trust anybody. Give me a macchiato. Did I buy it? I did. Thank you. Good look.
That George St. George. How many items have I lost to him?
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about George St. George. Because you're going through it. Hold up.
Moment. gone the next. I tell you, you must cherish everything and everyone while they're here. You never know when you may lose them.
Are you grieving right now? I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You see, I lost something invaluable.
Oh.
Lost it in a bet, if you must know.
Wow, well.
It was one of my most prized items in my collection. It was a gem. Priceless, no doubt. And its beauty was blinding. Oh, life seems a little less bright without it. That scoundrel George St. George has it in his possession now. And knowing that fills me with such envy and anger.
So you lost the gem in a bet, which mistake number one. Number two, you lost it in a bet you made against a dude named George St. George. Third mistake, it wasn't George St. Pierre. Fourth mistake, a gem that you said is priceless, no doubt. That's presumptuous. That means you don't even know if it's priceless or not. Just the value that you hold in it makes it seem like it's priceless. All of this over a gem you lost in the bet. You make it seem like someone died.
Well, yes. A part of me died when I lost it.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like you lost it fair and square. Try to move on.
That is something I simply cannot do. I must have it back in my possession at once. St. George, like myself, is a collector of trinkets and relics from Earth. I have in my possession a plate that I'm sure he won't be able to live without.
Okay.
Please, would you be my hero and go exchange the plate for the jewel? I'm sure it will work.
Why do you need me to exchange a plate that you say he can't live without for a gem that you lost in the bet? Why can't you go there and exchange the plate for the gem? Unless the plate that you have that you think he can't live without is a plate that you shouldn't have in your possession in the first place. Or they have a bounty on your head. Or they don't like you and they're threatening to kill you if you come back. 25% off zero? Hey man, used your Prime? Good for you. Welcome back to OK Per Review for 23 months. I'm just happy that you didn't get your subscription to my channel in a bet that you lost.
Is something wrong?
Why can't you do it yourself?
Oh God, no. I could never face him myself. I'd be sick just at the sight of him. St. George would never give the gem back if I went myself. He would gain a smug satisfaction from declining the offer.
Okay, I'll do it for you.
Fantastic. Here's the plate. Come back to me when you have the gem, and please don't drop it. Oh, where are my manners? My name is Guillaume, by the way. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I'll make this the active mission actually, because I like this one. I'm curious about it. What if George rejects the exchange? You sure the plate is worth enough?
I can assure you with near certainty he won't decline. As much as I hate to say it, St. George and I are cut from the same cloth. We both adore relics from Earth, no matter how large or monetarily valuable they are. They are a piece of human history, and that means a lot to us both. It pains me to part with the plate, but I happen to have a few others in my collection. If it means sacrificing one to get the gem back, I will.
If you think this is a red flag, type in the red flag emoji. Because I see several red flags. I'm going to do it regardless. I just think it's a bad idea. Put the plate in the dishwasher? Wonderful. Are you a gambler by trade?
Not by profession. I work out of the Valberg building. Gambling is a vice I've indulged since I was a young man, and I've amassed a great collection of trinkets and valuables from it. Alas, Recently, my luck has soured and my collection is dwindling by the day. But I can't stop, right? I can't just quit. Because what if my luck returns?
Whatever, dude. I ain't trying to lecture you. You know what? I'm sure your luck will turn around eventually.
I'm glad you understand. Lady Luck can be a cruel mistress, but I'm sure she will smile upon me soon.
Yeah, I 100% do not believe this dude's gonna stop, so whatever. What type of things do you collect?
I collect all sorts. Gems, novelties, old earth trinkets. Anything and everything that has some sort of value, monetary or otherwise. One of my favorite possessions is a fork that was used on Earth. How amazing is that? You'd be amazed what people will wager in a bet. I've won and lost some truly breathtaking things. My collection, as it stands, is quite valuable and substantial. It used to be more so, but my bad string of luck lately has affected it.
Can you imagine if our homie here, Gyame, saw a spork? Like a fork from Earth is one thing. Maybe he's seen a spoon, but what if this dude knew there was a combination between the two? Available in plastic, metal, and wood. Would blow his mind.
Until next time.
You know what? I wonder. Old earth plate. Drop. Ah, quest items cannot be removed from your inventory. He said, whatever you do, don't drop the plate. And I was trying to literally drop it with the drop button. Unfortunate. A rotary phone. Enjoy your dinner.
Take it from an old man.
Some of the titanium sporks got to be around still. Oh, like in this universe? Maybe. If I stole back here, nobody would see it. Doesn't mean I should. What are you looking at, dork? Oh, I can use the kiosk and just skip the worker. This is the future.
I think I could live on coffee if I had to.
Yeah, could ya? What do we have here? I haven't gone in here yet.
Sector. Now that's where the real money's at.
Thank you, fake Patrick Warburton. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, it's an it's an elevator. Sorry, Sam.
Barrett enjoys this establishment. He frequently buys chocolate here, though
Chocolate?
I have informed him repeatedly it is likely a significant contributing factor to his being overweight.
TMI. Whoa, retail. It's retail.
No, Amelie, I am Gerhard. We've been partners for 10 years. Do you need a visit to Reliant Medical?
Hilarious. Truly, you missed your calling as a comic. I remembered his name. It's Curtis.
I have no idea what we are talking about right now.
The hauler from Sidonia, the one that got his ship blown up by the Crimson Fleet? We were talking about it, but I couldn't remember his name. Well, I remembered. His name was Curtis.
I am so relieved we have cleared this up.
Is this what retail's like in the future? Wow, everything encased in metal, bronze, and glass? Man, 2023 sucks.
Amoli, I'm not seeing any records from that hauler out of Sidonia. What was his name again? When's the last time he delivered?
Oh, that
Curtis.
guy. His name was, it's on the tip
It's
of my tongue.
amazing what passes as art nowadays.
Are you an
Names aside,
art snob?
If you're in the market for artwork, I'm sure I can find something to suit your needs.
Oh, you're an art dealer, huh?
Indeed, I am. I've been an art dealer for most of my life, plying my trade all across the settled systems. It's actually why I'm here in New Atlantis today. I'll be delivering a piece of art to a very particular client later. However, I don't yet have the art in my possession. Actually, would you like to pick up the artwork and bring it back to me? I'll reward you for your effort, of course.
What exactly does my help entail?
You simply need to go pick up some artwork. The exchange has already been arranged, and you won't have to show any credits. It's just a matter of picking something up and bringing it back to me. There's really no need to worry. It's all very simple.
Why not do it yourself?
I'm not very familiar with the streets of New Atlantis. I'm not from here, you see.
I'm not from
I'd rather
here.
just avoid any trouble and have someone more capable do the exchange for me.
Everyone is so trustworthy here. Like they're willing to let me do everything for them just in the whim of, you know what, you'll bring it back, right? The streets. I'll do it, yeah.
Excellent. You'll be picking up the art from Zoe Kaminsky at the Trade Authority. Tell her you're there for Samson Jabrel's art. She'll understand. Return the artwork to me, and you will be compensated.
Yeah, Samson, I got some bad news for you, dude. If I grab that artwork, you are not getting it. Zoe is a cursed name? What do you mean? All the best people are named Zoe.
Hey, we were running low on foodstuffs, so I went ahead and placed another order.
Really?
Got Zoe Deschanel, you got
It's a long-term trend. Maybe account for it.
Life is
I can
Strange.
just file the invoices.
You
when
got
they come.
technically Zone of the Enders.
Let's
Is
try to
Zoe?
hurry things up.
We have a system for
I didn't know the Trade Authority handles artwork.
Sure.
Well, of course they do.
Figured I'd offer.
Why wouldn't they? I've heard tell that you can get some very impressive items at the Trade Authority. But for now, let's settle for the artwork that I've procured.
Curtis!
No, I'm only.
You mean Chloe? No, Zoe.
Partners for 10 years. Do you need a visit to
What about yourself?
Other than being an art dealer, there's not much to say. I grew up in Neon.
Really?
And I knew I had to get out of that
The
place
mean
somehow.
streets of Neon?
I did a few odd jobs, some deliveries, and it eventually led me onto this path I'm on now. I never thought I'd do what I do. But I suppose life can be surprising.
Yeah, life is about to get really surprising for you, brother.
Back to it then.
Yeah, it's about to get really surprising for you. You park yourself right there. I'll be right back with your painting. What are you doing?
I am busy right now. If you need something, why don't you talk to Emoli?
Yo, Emoli.
Hi there. Thanks for stopping in. Feel free to look around. I can take care of transactions, and if you've got questions, just ask.
Nice place you've got here.
Thanks. It's hard work, but it all pays off in the end. And I can't take all the credit. Gerhardt, my business partner, he does so much of the work behind the scenes. If it weren't for him, I don't know where we'd be now.
What do you got?
Oh, please, take a look.
You have 111 items? Jesus. You sell Digipics. Correction, you sell 2 Digipics. I'll take both. BOFF, easy purchase. What kind of apparel you got? I know they have stats. It's just I want to see how they actually look. Ooh, Neo City Fourwear. Let's go. +5 health and O2. Who's gonna wear a fucking just cap by itself? Farming hat's kind of dope though. For all you One Piece fans out there, all 2 of you. Frontier attire's kind of nice too. 10 health. Bubble jackets haven't been on style since 2002. I kind of want that Frontier attire. Either the Frontier attire or this Han Solo outfit. Give me this. Thank you. Helmets. Like the tank top one? It was alright. It was cool. Ooh, can't see my face though. I don't like that. I can't see my face when I'm with you. When I'm with you. Ammo. I'm a little low on ammo. Give me fuck. Little of that. I need some more shotties because I spent all mine on one mob. Like 20 shells. It's enough for 10 shots. 10 good shots. Thank you. And weapons. Not bad. I too value fashion first over the stats. Yeah, I think any person in the right mindset prioritizes how good do I look versus how efficient is this armor for me. Oh, wait. I have a butt ton of stuff to sell to you too. I'll just come back to you if I find myself getting broke. I'll have to come back to you and sell you all the suits that I won't be using and all that everything. Yeah. What notes you selling? Carrier of the Cosmos, Charity, Omega, I already have that. The Count of Monte Cristo. Story. I do want another Heart Plus, actually. Those are pretty good. Excuse me. Oh, Chunks Pumpkin Pie? I wonder if we're... Poutine? Okay, I'm taking umbrage with the fact that ramen, naan, and poutine all restore the same amount of health, which is 5. I'm disgusted and also, like, you can't keep doing this. Canned poutine? I'd still cop it.
Appreciate the business.
I'll come back later to sell you a bunch of stuff. Smooches. Let's go ahead and change into our new outfit. Oh shit, I stole these. Can I sell you stolen gear? Probably not. Probably be an asshole about it. Probably call the authorities too. God, you can't.
Selling art is a bit of an art itself.
You can try? Nah, you know what they're gonna do.
What?
Like, excuse me, where did you get this? And I'll be like, oh, why are we doing this?
Sure hope your day's going as well as mine is.
Tony, who's Tony?
Oh, okay. I'll try.
Move. You Tony?
Lately I feel like I'm spending more time at Galbang.
It's nothing like an afternoon off.
We were running low.
How's your day going, brother?
So I went ahead
fine, I guess. Do we know each other?
No, but I'd like to get you to know you better. I'm just making small talk.
The invoices when they come in.
Oh, all right. I thought you were trying to flirt with me. My day's going fine. It's hard to complain about anything when you have a Terra Brew in your hand. Catch you later, yeah?
Do you have a Terra Brew in your hands? Do you live around here?
What, at Terra Brew? I wish. Nah, I live at Athena Tower. Just moved in, actually. My girlfriend and I got a place there a few weeks ago. I'm not sure how long we'll be there, though. We're saving up to get out of New Atlantis and tour the settled systems.
Will you tell me more about your girlfriend?
Yeah, sure. Her name's Donna. She works at the Nat station near Mast. Oh, boy, is she a catch. She's passionate, beautiful, friendly. I really lucked out. We met a couple of years ago, and we've been going steady since then. I'm actually thinking about asking her to marry me pretty soon. Keep that between us, okay? I don't want her finding out before I pop the question. Catch you later, yeah?
Donna. At the Nat station. Near the mast. Got it. New mission. New priority. There's the mast. Where's the Nat station? Am I gonna kill Donna? No, what is the matter with you? I'm just gonna tell him that homeboy's gonna propose to her. Nat station, the Nat station, the Nat station. Nat station near the mast. Am I in the mast? Is this the mast? I don't F-wording know where I am. Speed running the snitch? Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. The magical, I know this pen was stolen, so I want no part of it. Yeah, my favorite. Are you going to flirt with her and break them up? I haven't decided. I want to go to commercial, but let's go to the mask really quickly. I gotta find that Nat station. I gotta find that Nat station. Gotta find Donna and give her the good news. Now, where's this Nat station?
As Crimson Fleet attacks continue to rise, so too does the pressure on SysDef to protect United Colony's space. It seems these notorious bloodthirsty pirates have been emboldened lately, frequently venturing into Freestar Collective space, and now launching more and more assaults on ships in the UC.
Good for them.
SysDef officials have declined to officially comment, but a source speaking on condition of anonymity has confirmed they are ramping up efforts to deter the Crimson Fleet.
Okay. Thank you, Snitchbot. We are of one mind. What is this place? Oh, the well. It's the elevator. Oh, the elevator is like half... Ew. It's like half cargo lift, half elevator? No, thank you. I gotta find the Nat station anyway. Good jump. Nat station, let's go! Oh, I'm at the Nat station. Works at the Nat station near the mast. This is right here then. Yo, Donna!
Oh God. And it wasn't even Dickens.
Citizen, citizen, citizen.
I know, right?
The way she's looking at me. You're right. This is none of my business. My bad. You Donna?
Hope you're not agoraphobic.
I'm not. Oh, Donna. I know you ain't Donna.
Another day?
Donna!
We should push for more genetic diversity
Donna!
in our crops.
I'm so excited to see Tony after work.
How's it going?
Oh, hi there. I'm doing great. How about you?
I've been struggling. You know, I'm doing terribly.
Oh my. I'm very sorry you feel that way. I'm sure things will get better soon. It's important to try and keep your head up. Try to work towards something.
Yeah.
I've been trying to save up enough money so that I can go explore the settled systems with my boyfriend, Tony. I think we're finally getting close.
No offense, but you look a little tired. Oh my God. No, she doesn't. You want to leave New Atlantis? Why?
Tony and I want to see what else is out there. I love my job, but there has to be more to life than just being a janitor in New Atlantis. What about you? Have you gone on any adventures?
I murdered a anthrobod creature that had a carapace and was experimented on and killed a multitude of scientists at a space station, several Marines. I don't really get out much though.
Really? I find that hard to believe. You look like you've been through so much. Oh, and I mean that in a good way, of course.
So how's it going?
I can't complain. My boss told me yesterday that I'm one of the best janitors she's ever hired. Feels great to be appreciated.
I hear that. Good for you. How's it going?
Not too bad. Found a box of pens the other day. You'd be amazed at what people leave lying around.
Fuck, I can't be mean to Donna. Fuck. The fact that Donna is so excited because she found a box of pens, I can't be mean to her. Here's the thing. I feel like in a lot of playthroughs, especially Bethesda ones, when I watch other people play them, they always go the super nice route. Even people who are by nature don't seem very nice. They always choose the nicest answers. And then the true assholes of content creation always choose the negative answers because ha ha ha. So I try to find some balance in between there, the gray areas of a stream, so you can see something different. But I can't bring myself to be me.
Turned around.
Donna got a dumpy? Anything you recommend doing in New Atlantis?
Well, that depends. Are you a foodie or a shopper?
God, I prefer more illicit activities.
I guess I won't ask. But there is a place called The Well that might be more your style. I don't go down there myself. It can be pretty dangerous.
This lady is weird, they're both weird, and they belong together. Donna's just trying to do her own thing in her own world, and it's hard to barge in on that. It really is. No offense, but means you can say anything. I bet Donna won't mind. Gotta find a way to turn it into a positive, right? How's it going?
I cleaned up a kid's vomit today. 4th time this week. If you're shy, it's okay. We can just stare awkwardly at each other.
I can't be mean to her. I can't. What a gem. No offense, but you look a little tired. A little bit tired.
Really? Well, I guess you're right. I'm feeling a bit run down. I really love my job, but it's hard work and long hours. I could definitely use a Terracino from Terra Brew right now.
I'll get you one. I will get you a Terracino. It's no trouble. I mean, I already got a full docket of things I got to do. One guy wants me to get his artwork. I'm totally going to steal it, by the way. Another person has a package I have to deliver for them. They don't know it yet. Another dude wants me to use his plate to bargain to get back a gem that he lost because he has bad betting habits. This is probably the most...
You okay?
No. I got you.
Really? That's so sweet. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. I got you. One Terracino coming right up. Absolutely. Easy money. See if she's got a pen you can borrow. No. How's it going though?
Sometimes I wonder if me and my boyfriend spend too much money on Terra Brew. But somebody's got to drink it, right?
I love you.
Take care of yourself.
Hey, you too, Donna Rain. Let's get that Terracino for you. Let's get that Terracino. Shut up, David. I'm into crime. Yeah. You a foodie or are you like retail? Honestly, I kind of like just doing crime. Rainy. Where am I going? Jeez.
Howdy.
One Terracino, please. I'm guessing a Terra Brew cappuccino is a Terracino. Good lord. Oh, Terra Brew cappuccino. Yeah, for sure. One Terracino, please. Have a Terra Brew day. I'm happy you're buying into the capitalism. I knew you had it inside of you. Oh my god, I can survey this planet? I completely forgot about that until right now. Or maybe not the actual spaceport, but there are other places I can do it. Oh, and it shows all the heads up stuff too. Nice. Survey Donna? No, I don't think I already forgot his name. I don't think he would appreciate that. I don't think she would appreciate that either. Well, she might actually. Oh, are you taking a picture? Should I pose? And I'd be like, ah. Well, you can't spell capitalist without Sam. So, I'm with you. I do want to take a picture of Donna right before breakup happens. I'm totally about to break her up with her boyfriend, so I do want to get a picture of her before that takes place.
I wonder if I'll miss New Atlantis when Tony and I leave. No, probably not.
A picture of Donna moments before breakup happens. Beautiful. No, 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 no. My eyes are closed. No, no. Is she your muse now? Yes.
Thank you for subscribing.
LaShoy Adut. Thank you for the tier 3, which helps out a great deal for that sub support. All of you, I want to get that 70-30 split. So if you can tier 3 or tier 2 or tier 1 sub, it would help your boy out tremendously. If you're watching right now and you enjoy the shits, get with the shits. Use your Prime on me or sub. Thank you for 51 months. You're pretty cool, actually. MFer. Also, thank you for subscribing. Actually, you know what? Let's make this like a candid. There we go. A candid shot. Beautiful. That's how we'll remember Donna. Moments before heartbreak.
I think I'm gonna buy that apartment. One day, I'm gonna leave New Atlantis for good.
Here's that Terracino you wanted.
Thank you so much. Soon I'll be coursing with bountiful energy. I'll be the most enthusiastic janitor in New Atlantis. Here, take this.
What?
I found it while I was cleaning. I figured you might find a use for it.
What?
Thanks again. I really appreciate it.
Antibiotics med pack? Wow.
Is doing some really exciting
Mission updated Gym Jealousy.
They're incredible.
Oh, right. I heard about that. They showed it off.
How's it going?
Right?
Well, you know, it's one of those days where all I can think about is food. Wonder if my boyfriend will take me to Chunks later.
That's all the how it's going I have to offer. Thank you. Love you. I mean, I like you. You're great. Awkward. I'm not good with talking with people, especially when they're pretty. Not that you're pretty. You look tired. Bye. Love you. I get it. Again. Why is Gym Jealousy updated? Donna, did you steal from me? Thank you for antibiotics. Oh, when it switches quest. Okay. I'm like, did she just get me? I would have said, well played, Donna. Way to be. Very smooth. I just get flustered when I'm around people who look tired. Can't believe there was no murder involved in that quest. I'm sure it's Bethesda games. If I wanted to, I could just murder Donna or her boyfriend, Ted. Zoe, aka the main character in Life is Strange. Thank you again, Let's Joy. Yo, girls, want to hit up Chunks after work? Yeah. Babe, how was work? I cleaned up a kid's vomit for the 4th time today. Aw, babe, that's awful. You want to go to Chunks? Let's do that. Well, actually, no. I saw vomit today, so I don't want to go to Chunks.
You look like someone who has many stories to tell. I'd like to hear them.
George St. George, what are you doing here? I'll be right back.
It takes a strong mind and a good eye to sell art.
Wait, where's Seven?
Curtis.
No, I'm only.
Where's Mike? He left. Jeff, where'd you go? Probably in Terra Brew Coffee.
Keep it moving.
Bitch.
Can I help you with something, my friend?
Yes, George St. George.
So much to see. So much to
I am not trying to pester you, but I really do need that credit transfer to cover for last.
You know what? Let's get some information, some intel about you first. What do you do?
Wasn't that included in the transfer from last week?
Me? Why, to be frank, I don't do much. Not anymore, at least.
Okay.
And that suits me just fine. Yes. I now live to collect artifacts from Earth. You see, every artifact tells a story. Even spoons and forks, which most take for granted. People laugh at me when they see I collect old Earth spoons. But think about it, friend.
Okay.
Spoons change the course of history. Can you imagine life without them?
Yes, actually, I can imagine a life where I didn't have spoons. What brings you to New Atlantis?
The usual things, I suppose.
Okay.
Fame, fortune, power.
Nice.
I'm only joking, of course.
Oh, me
I've actually been fortunate to call
too.
New Atlantis home for many years. For a collector like myself, I do believe there's no better place in all the settled systems. I've been charmed to make the acquaintance of many fellow old Earth enthusiasts here in New Atlantis. And that is why I continue to stay.
Thank you, LaShoy, for explaining that concept to Sam. He doesn't quite get it. So, Guillaume wants his gem back, and he'd like to exchange this plate for it.
No, I'm only.
A plate? Oh my. As in a plate from Earth? Absolutely. Without question.
Really?
Here, take the gem.
Really?
That Guillaume, if he wanted his gem back so badly, he could have simply asked. The gem
Oh!
is worthless.
Oh!
Paperweight. But actually, Earth paperweights are quite valuable.
I am so relieved.
You know, it seems like there's a lot of animosity between you and Guillaume.
Bah, I'm sure Guillaume makes it seem that way. In reality, it couldn't be further from the truth. Guillaume and I have known each other for years, since we were both young men. He is the closest thing I have to a brother. And, much like brothers, we quarrel. But that doesn't mean we don't like each other. I will say, however, Guillaume can be a tad overdramatic, as well as a sore loser. Don't tell him I said that.
So you're kind of like grumpy old men. Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon, I think.
Curtis.
No, Amelie, I am Gerhard.
Amelie, do you mind? Jesus.
Do you need a visit to Reliant Medical?
Hilarious. Truly, you missed your calling as a comic.
Dealing in art is
I remembered his name.
more exciting.
It's distracting, Sam.
Hi there.
Hello. You won't believe what I got for you.
At this, my colleague has an amazing relic in his possession. A spoon recovered from Earth. Ah, I'm so envious.
Anyway, here's your gem.
Ah, wonderful. I knew George would make the exchange. He could never resist foodware from Earth. You've done me a great service today, friend. I'll be sure to never take this gem for granted ever again. Thank you for bringing it back to me.
I just realized that I should have examined the gem before giving it back to you so I could see what gem it was. What an RPG mistake. My bad, y'all. Thank you for the 1,000 credits and the substantial chunk of XP. Goodbye.
Take care.
SOB. I'm playing like an amateur. Making baby mistakes like I'm a baby. Am I a baby? Curtis. No, I am not Curtis. Yeah, Zoe Kaminsky, the art dealer. This is interesting. Where is where's
everything when you have it.
Where's Jack?
Never know.
Do you think he left to go meet his girlfriend, soon to be fiance? People out here just walking around existing in this world? How dare they? How dare you, Bethesda, give me an open world that's alive and flourishing? Now, I do understand that every citizen is just an NPC that auto-populates in the area and has no substantial dialogue, which is why they're a citizen, and I don't care about that. It makes the world feel alive anyway. But to sprinkle in random named NPCs among the citizens, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. Especially when they're all dressed differently. Where is that Buster? You hate the crowd generation thing? I love it. I love it. I don't care that very few have purpose. I like not feeling alone in the world. I like seeing random bodies because it reminds me the place that I'm in is populated with people. You can't tell who's important? Sam, they're all important. How dare you? Now I know how you feel about me. It's a streamer. Good lord. Right, the art piece. Oh god, here we go.
I'm worried about the food they're eating. Eating nothing but oishi.
Should have known better than to tug on Bethesda's cape. And Morrowind's actually every NPC. Come on, man. Let's go to the well. They are all precious in my sight. Amen, brother. In Morrowind, everyone had a name, is true. I agree with that. All 5 citizens in one city were all important. So this is the well, huh? My kind of place. I think I'm home.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. You've got to have at least half your power in your shields.
I don't think that's how it works. You've got to save some for the engine.
You just haven't had a run-in with those Varun crazies yet.
Oh, excuse me?
Mind real quick.
You know, the serpent god doesn't appreciate you calling the Varoons crazies. You better watch your mouth. Hail our serpent god. Hey monster, welcome back. Also, my laundry is done. So I'm gonna do the adult thing, which is go grab my clothes out of the dryer and then dump them on my bed and organize them into different piles and fold them 6 hours from now. All right, so be right back.
Oh yeah?
Now let's go find this art bozo. Wait a minute, hold on. So the guy who wants us to pick up some art for him because he's an art dealer said that he's from Neon, the mean streets of Neon. And then on Neon, he used to do deliveries there, some unscrupulous behavior. And he's happy that's past his life. Then I spoke to Donna, and she asked me if I was a foodie or into shopping, retail. And I told Donna I wanted to take part in illicit activities instead. Donna said I wouldn't know anything about that, but if I were you, I would go down to the well. But I wouldn't go to the well because it's just dangerous down there. The art thing is taking place in the well. So I'm starting to think that maybe I should actually just steal this painting and not give it to homeboy. Because there's no way this is legitimate. This cannot be a legitimate business transaction. Who would even stay sub that long? I don't know, man. Subscriber retention is so difficult to do. I couldn't imagine anyone staying subbed here for 33 months. I would like to see it. I would like to see it for sure.
I think I got them. What do you call them?
No.
Corns. Yeah, I got corns.
Can we not?
Problem? It's cliche, but it's true. Everything has a price. And whatever it may be, I can afford it.
Is there a button to change the over-the-shoulder view that you do, over-the-shoulder viewpoint that you do? Hey, Drex! Welcome back for 74 months. Estoy poopin'. By the way, hey,
If there's
Chris.
something you need, no matter what it is, either I have it or I can get it. Welcome to the Trade Authority. If you're here on legitimate business, I would be more than happy to help you. If, however, you are here under false pretense, say, sent by one Miss Tsang of UC Distribution, then I'm afraid you'll find nothing illegitimate here to report to her. And I'd ask that you pass along my request to stop these silly games. So, what'll it be?
That's a strange way to introduce yourself.
Perhaps, but I'm quite confident in my business, and I refuse to be intimidated. Please, let me know if I can assist you further.
I'm here for some art. Samson Sabrel sent me. Cabrel?
Yes, I've been expecting you.
You have?
Here's your package. And don't worry, I've already corrected the ownership record for you.
You've already done what? What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
I don't feel comfortable with this. I want to return it.
Sorry, all sales are final. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some other matters to attend to. Thanks for your business.
Yeah, this is shady. So what exactly do you do?
I thought the name made it rather obvious.
Okay.
We are the authority on trade in the settled systems. Whether it's bulk cargo, specialty items,
Right.
or individual requests, we make sure things get where they need to go. We have shipping lanes across the settled systems and deal with nearly every major corporation and faction there is.
So why are you way down here in the well?
We've been in New Atlantis for a very long time, before most things topside were built. With lots of infrastructure already in place, ample storage, and discreet access to the spaceport, it makes sense to stay. It's had the unintentional, but not unwelcome, side effect of weeding out people who can be timid about doing business.
Doing business with a trade authority that has to announce that it's doing no illicit activity to what seems to be semi-routine checkups on you doing legitimate business, and all sales are final. So you'll excuse me if I'm a little apprehensive. However, with that being said, I'd like to see what you have for sale.
You won't find a better selection or more reasonable prices anywhere.
I bet I could sell you my stolen stuff. I bet you'd be all about that for sure. Are you sell water? Nice. Throwables? You sell frag grenades? Say less. Ah, fuck, I do kind of want all 6. No, wait. Sell. I have some apparel that may or may not belong to me. Spoiler alert, it does not belong to me. Can I give it to you? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh. Now we're talking. Now we're playing video games properly. Oh, you can't have my my wine though. I need that. You can have this peach I stole, and this wheat I stole. This wheat. Illegal fence? Yeah. No questions asked, man.
Be my guest.
What do you got for resources? I already saw that. I will take 3 of your best frag grenades, please. Thank you very much. What weapons do you have? Coachman got one of those. Nice. Old Earth hunting rifle? That looks kind of BA. Which explains why it's the most expensive item you have. Cool. What if I wanted to do work?
This is some sort of bargaining tactic. I assure you, it won't work.
No. What if I wanted to do work for you?
Well, that depends. If you have a ship and are willing to haul cargo, then we've got some work. Otherwise, you're gonna have to be more specific. We frequently post cargo running jobs up on the mission boards around town.
Okay.
Check them out. I've heard our jobs pay well, and on the off chance that's not what you're looking for, well, I can't really help you then.
I wonder if I can build reputation with you. Thank you. Goodbye.
The Trade Authority appreciates your visit.
And I appreciate you. Of course it's in a briefcase. I just don't trust this, man. Is it going to explode when you open it? Like, I mean, if it does explode, that's on you. I don't got to deal with that. Thanks for nothing, I guess. Ooh, what we got in here? You know, now that I have a digipin, I wonder if I could open up that storage, the jail cell. Anything up here? Are you hiding anything from me? Oh, this is not Deus Ex, huh? I can't just go careening around. Okay, we'll talk. Bye-bye. Hey!
The authority has access to goods and services no
Hey,
one else
Zoe.
does.
Yeah?
No one.
Yeah, I'm just admiring your office space. I know it seems like I'm on the lookout for things to steal, but I assure you I'm not. I'm just admiring everything. Anyway, goodbye. I think that went about as well as one could hope. You know? That went pretty well. Apex Electronics. Don't tell Reem. All right, let's give Dopey his artwork back. Well, I guess not his artwork back, right? But his artwork.
Is that your ship that landed not too long ago? Sure is something.
Take your mind off my ship.
Cool spacesuit.
I don't have it on. Thank you, though. Ooh, a shop. I fucking love shops. Let's giddy up. What a busy game. I'm so happy. Now to find out what happens when I give this person the artwork of the changed ownership. I wonder if I can snitch. Can I tell the authorities?
What? You're out there a lot, right? In space?
Yeah.
Just do us all a favor and never turn into one of those spacers.
Okay.
Scum of the galaxy, robbing, stealing.
Are you good?
Even the Crimson Fleet don't trust them.
Are you good? You're walking away. Okay, bye.
It takes a strong mind and a good eye. Dealing in art is
from Sidonia,
more
the one that got
exciting
his
than
ship
one
blown
would
up by
think.
the Crimson
All right, well, I've got your art.
Shh! Are you crazy? Keep your damn voice down.
Excuse you?
I am so relieved we have cleared this up.
You tricked me.
Oh, get off your high horse. I didn't trick you. You're just not very observant. What do you have to complain about? You're getting paid? Everything went smoothly. No one got hurt. It's all part of the game, my friend. It pays to get your hands a little bit dirty. It pays very, very well. But I digress. Thank you for your discretion. Now that our little transaction is complete, I should be on my way. Take care, and let's not talk about this again.
I did look at my inventory and it looked like a briefcase.
Goodbye.
I do want to check one thing really quickly. I want to see what happens if I ask him what he's going to do with the artwork. Yeah, Kung Fu Badger is a common mistake. What's up, Shiruka?
If you're in selling art is a bit of a
shh.
Buy low, sell high. I'm sure there's a wealthy banker in New Atlantis that will greatly appreciate what you just delivered to me. I must say, that's not the reaction I was expecting. It's all part of the game, but I digress.
Okay. So not much changes. Got it. That's fine. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Hello, Shiruka. And hello, Kung Fu Badger. What's up, Neck in the Clouds? There are a lot of bratty characters, yeah.
It's amazing what passes as art nowadays.
So how long you be working in New Atlantis?
That's of no concern to you.
Got it.
I told you at the end of our business that we will not speak about it. Do not mention my work again.
Or else what? What are you going to do about it?
That's of no concern to I told you at the end.
Like, what are you going to do about it?
See you.
That won't be necessary. We have
I know you can't tell, but I am armed. But what you don't know is I'm also dangerous. So watch your mouth when you speak to me, Samson. All right, brother. Because I will turn to Delilah really quickly. Working on a scarf and a shawl so next can be in clouds. Very on brand. How do you like Starfield so far? There's so many possibilities and so much stuff to do. I have no complaints worth mentioning.
Selling art is a bit of an art itself, you know.
What happened to not talking to me about your work? F off, friend. Get the F out of here before I've really had it with you. And yeah, I did level up. How about that, Mimo? I do want to go find out if I can Well, I know I can. I want to unlock that jail cell to see if my theory holds true. Well, hypothesis more than theory. He's so funny. You're a fan of him? You're a Samson fan? You a Samson Mark? That's my boy. That's my dog. Aura. Open up.
Do not bother me.
No, I won't. Too difficult? Not for me. I have skills. Skills to make me a nightmare for people like you. S word. Okay. Okay, works in the top layer. Doesn't work on the second layer. Doesn't work on the third layer. So this is definitely the top layer right here. This is definitely the top layer. How about you? Yeah, you work on the top layer for sure. You work on the middle layer. Or the bottom layer, rather. So definitely not you. Okay, you. You definitely don't work on the second layer at all. You don't work on the bottom layer either. Interesting. Oh, the color is highlighting. Oh, yeah. That works in all the layers. Does make life easier. This only works in the top layer. Run it. All the layers. Only this layer. Okay. All the layers. All the layers. All. None. 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 All. 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 This one. Maybe I'll use one of these. None. Defo. Am I him? I can't believe it actually may be him. Lead Haxer. Now what's in here? Just in case it starts shooting at me. Okay, a cot. It's of no importance. So what's the point? Is there anything under the bed? It seems a little unlikely that I would break into this prison system right here only to discover that nothing's here. I mean, I guess it is a jail cell, so in order to break into jail, it would be really hard. It'd be difficult, right? But I thought it'd be a reward for doing it. Well, I guess less reward and more of setting my friend over there free. Well, my friend who doesn't know that they're my friend. but nothing underneath the bed at all. That is genuinely curious. What if I sleep on the bed? Just 1 hour. Nothing. Okay, well, theory crafting complete. And I already went inside of here. I'm telling you, Shiruka, I really thought I saw something.
I have nothing to say.
I know you're a bitter beer face. I get it. But there's an arrow pointing that way at there, and I thought maybe something was in here I could utilize. Is there a Green Mile special happening right here? No Green Mile either? So it really is just a waste of time. You know what? I'm not mad about it. I'm not. Disappointed. Not mad. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, no Shawshank at all. You gained experience. I don't want experience. All right, what else is there to do? Let's do the main mission. Let's do the one that was promised. The mast. Yo, Donna. On my way back. I missed you, Donna. I've got things to say to you still. Actually, no, I don't. I got nothing to do for you. I wonder if I can keep bringing her cappuccino. No, I never did play Neverwinter Night. I almost bought it though, because the Steam Winter Sale last year had a sale on Fallout 1 and 2, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, Neverwinter Night 1 and 2, and Icewind Dale. And I bought none of them, but I was very close to buying half of those. But then I thought, if I buy these, am I going to play them?
The water is quite aesthetically pleasing, or so Barrett has told me. New Atlantis relies on advanced hydroelectrics for most of its power.
And then I realized, no, I wouldn't play them. I wouldn't find time. I would cherish the idea of doing so and just never do it. So I didn't. Place is huge. Baldur's Gate 3 is so good. I've seen everyone and literally their mamas playing it. And I've watched quite a few playthroughs. Of course, most of my friends who are habitually horny on main love the game. Take from that what you will. Hey, there's one of them right there. It's so freaking good. I might play it one day, but I feel like it's a crime that I own Divinity Original Sin.
In a United Colonies city, but Constellation is an entirely neutral entity and always has been.
But I feel like as an owner of someone, someone who's an owner of Divinity Original Sin too, I have no business playing Baldur's Gate 3 when I should be playing that and finishing it. This place is beautiful. Oh my God. I'm trying so hard to resist the temptation of taking a screenshot. I mean, all this is beautiful. I don't know if it's screenshot beautiful, though. They are reducing companion horniness. You missed your window? Oh, I doubt it. If there's one people I can always count on, it's the horny community. There will definitely be a day one mod, day one patch, provided by the horny community to revert the game back to its natural horny state. I'm not even worried about that. The development team can stop a lot of things from happening. You can install anti-cheat software, but you can't install anti-horny software. It'll lose every time. People will rush to save horny faster than they'll rush to save cheating. And I applaud them. Dragon Age is a quality time, neck in the clouds. I enjoyed my playthrough of Dragon Age 1.
Here we are, the lodge. The front door should unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you. I have messaged the other members of Constellation. They will be waiting for us inside.
Thanks, Vasco. Dragon Age 2 is pretty cool. Dragon Age 3 is alright. It's a fun series. I'd recommend, for sure. But why? Because I'd be taking a screenshot based on the environment and not what I think will make good screenshot material. You know what I mean? Yes, I do remember that. Culinary. Yes. Oh, you know what it is, Shiruka. The game's not that horny. Oh, so what was it? A orc and a bear fucking each other and you barge in on that? You sure about that, Alex? True neck. Automod was like, no thank you, Alex. We don't do that here. Why can't I approve that? I don't have my admin stuff set up. I see the comment though. Half the conversations I had, people wound up like, so you're the most important person in my life and I've never felt this way about anyone. Still a bunch of Tina Belchers walking around.
Captain, everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Oh, please. Ridiculous. Easiest bet I'll ever win. You really think what I'm suggesting is so outlandish? All the phenomenon we see out in the stars, and what I'm saying is the most impossible theory?
You two keep going on like this, and I'm banning wages. I'm serious.
We'll play nice. Just a little friendly conversation, Sarah, that's all.
Interesting. Whoa. What a neat place. I guess. Reminds me of the lodge that I went to in the game Vampire, where you meet the rest of the vampires in the game. For some reason, aging, decrepit, or just really rich people love just thick wooden homes. Which is why I need one. One day I'll be rich enough to hire Pack to make me a home like this. I feel like someone's gonna approach me and ask me about the Avengers Initiative. Yeah.
We appear to have a visitor.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't?
You know, weird. I feel like if you all were really as important as you say you were, you would know the answer already. Which leads me to believe that you already do know the answer, and you just want me to know. You want to see how trustworthy I am on giving you the answer. Pirates attacked. They're asking me to do the artifact. That's true. It doesn't matter. I have your artifact. That's blunt. Who are you? Great question. Why don't we start with you telling me what Constellation is? Ooh, bossy britches. Who are you?
Sarah Morgan, chair of Constellation. That means anything you discussed with Barrett is my business. Now, if you would please answer my question.
You did say please. And you did answer my first question, so... She really sounds like Mrs. Burnwood from Hitman. She might sound like her, but she ain't got that back like she had. What was that, like the 8th mission in Hitman 3? When she wears that backless dress at that party? Fell in love. Did I loot the entire Constellation building? Maybe. You might have a problem. Crown moduling, extreme baseboards, wainscoting and chair rails, plus paneling every 3 feet. You get it. I'll be honest. Pirates attacked. Barrett asked me to deliver the artifact.
Wrong? I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
Ha!
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Excuse me? Walter?
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway
The
to
fuck
Neon.
you call me?
But that didn't happen. She's here with the artifact.
Thank you, Mateo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we?
Rock breaker?
What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything?
Bro, you look like you eat rocks as part of a healthy, nutritious breakfast. You want to come at me? I'm going to show you rock. I'm going to rock you real quick. No. Sarah, was it? I'm cool with you right now, but I think your boy Walter and I need to have a quick conversation. I'm not talking about this. That thing almost killed me.
So something did happen. Barrett mentioned a loss of consciousness last time he found an artifact.
Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Country, if you expect us to believe in fairy tales...
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
But gentlemen, can we please focus?
I guess I'll just eavesdrop.
Well, I think it's time we test
No problem.
Right. Let's see. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
You want me to take your mystery object and put it in your device with no safety equipment? Why don't you have Vasco do it? I'm literally flesh and blood. I have very little resistance against outside forces. And before I do that, like I said, your boy Walter and I are gonna have a conversation right now.
We're all waiting on you.
Like, I will blast you. You are so lucky. I owe you one. I owe you one.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only 2 of them at first.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Godfrey?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting, now would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours?
I will make you a deal. I will go anywhere you want me to go, and I'll do mostly anything you ask of me for this great mystery. If I can have a celebrity boxing match with Walter. 5 rounds, standing 10 count or 8 count is allowed. No TKO rules. Well, how much do you know about the artifacts? What are they?
Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal. Another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space. As to what they are, what they're building, well, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
So you want me in Constellation? What does that mean? What's expected?
We're all here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us.
Have you thought about exploring the oceans of Earth? Thought. It's not Jane Perry, it's Emily O'Brien. Oh. Shout out to Jane Perry, though. Alright, I'm in. What happens next?
You should take some time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together. Get your feet wet. And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability? You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head.
Cool. Thank you, Captain Marvel. Now, Walter?
Your father dropped by. He left a note for you. Here.
My what? Oh, that's right. I have parents. That's one of my traits. My dad was here? Wait, my dad was here? Wait. Why was my dad here? How does my dad know where I am? Why did my dad give you... All right. Note from Dad. Dear Isla Fisher Price, if you could stop by home, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. Nothing urgent, but I would sure like to see you. Dad. Okay, Dad, I'll come see you, see what you're up to. I don't quite know where home is, but we'll change that. Well, that's the best part, Neck in the Clouds. It's a character trait. It is a character trait that I chose. Right there, I'm an industrialist, but kid stuff. Your parents are alive and well and you can visit them at their home. I do send them 2% of my credits every week, but small price to pay.
I've occasionally had my doubts about Constellation as an investment.
Yeah?
But now, well, it's clearly money well spent. Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line.
A bit? Bro, you don't even know me. If that was an apology, you can do better.
I am sorry I besmirched your chosen profession and made assumptions about your character. My frustrations lie more with Barrett. Not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man. Welcome aboard.
There's something off-putting about a eponymous CEO. Well, a CEO of a company that is eponymous, who is also self-aware. Self-aware in the fact that the apology seems half-hearted. Now that you need something from me and we're allies, you do apologize. But you don't apologize for the words you use. You apologize to use them on me. Had I not been of use to you, I would still be the rock breaker, since that's the word that you use for those types of people. Those types of people being the connotation that you use. I digress. Just watch the grumpiness in the future.
Now, I've apologized. It's on you to accept and forgive. I'm sure we'll argue again. That's what relationships are. Breakage and repair. By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the Lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances.
What?
The whole thing. You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects. If you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is.
I don't.
I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
Okay, how often do you use your inside voice? I haven't heard it yet. I'm just curious. Yeah, yo, Mass, you want to beat Walter up in a 2v1 besmirch off? You know, Mash, the good news is if we win the 2v1, I bet you if we squeeze Walter enough, we can actually squeeze vodka out of him. A thought. So what kind of company is Stroud Eklund?
We're most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days.
Wow. That shit hurt, didn't you? That shit hurt your feelings. Now, what's your role in Constellation? Financial backer?
Me? Why, I'm the wallet.
There it is.
Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they need. And, as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here.
I don't know who Quark is. This isn't where I'd expect the
plot. Other things that require my attention, you know.
Man, remember that time Sarah said introduce yourself to everybody? Why don't you pump the brakes there? How's the CEO doing here?
Funny thing about companies, you build one sturdy enough, it doesn't need you there all the time to prop it up. Stroud Eklund functions quite well on a day-to-day basis, leaving me time to devote to more esoteric pursuits. For years, I was captivated by the writings of Constellation's founder, Sebastian Banks.
Sasha Banks!
I finally decided to do something more than admire from a distance, and so now I call the Lodge home as much as anywhere else.
Okay.
Until next time.
Until next time. Walter Stroud. Walter Stroud. Sorry. Just being super annoying to him. But candid. Cool light.
Hello there, Vasco.
Quirk is a shady businessman.
Stroud.
Oh.
How may I assist you? At present, all systems are functioning well within established parameters.
Right. Well then, keep up the good work.
Yes, Walter Stroud. I will.
First name and last name. I love that.
I hope Barrett makes it back to us. I know he gets into trouble all the time, and everyone
So Mateo,
Ask if you've got questions. Speak up if you have ideas. We're all here for the same reason. Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't
No
want
one
you to
did.
think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us.
well, thank you, Mateo. You must be the empath of the group. How very sweet of you to say all the things you just said. What brought you to Constellation?
Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation.
Huh.
So I tried to steal it back.
Nice.
In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation.
Double nice.
After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation.
Did you get your relic back? Wait. Hold on. Wait. On the search for religious artifacts, right? And you found one that was taken from you at a corporation, so you went to go steal it back, and it was Walter's, and there was some overlap in your interest. Did you get it back? Sounds kind of criminal. So these artifacts all come out of caves?
Second one was on Kazal, buried the same as the one you found. But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight.
I see.
Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust?
Yes, that happens all the time. It literally happens all the time. Like, there are people who discover boxed Super Famicons at garage sales
Kind of
that people had no idea that had value. And they sell to you for $100, and it turns out you can profit off eBay for $200, or more likely $4,000. Or someone who has like a Fabergé egg, and they're like, "Oh, it's an old artifact from my lineage and my history. I have a Georgian family, so I can give it to you for like $1,000." And you're like, "Okay, yeah, I guess." So yes, I can picture that a space artifact was just collecting dust as a paperweight. Good talk,
Take care of
Mateo.
yourself.
Thanks, Mateo. I like you a lot.
Well, I suppose that station in orbit has more than paid for itself at this point.
What station in orbit? Walter, is that a fucking duck?
Been up to the eye recently?
What? It's a wooden duck.
Gone up there recently. Is everything okay?
Asan would love this.
Oh, I just don't know how he does it.
Bop, bop, bop. Ba-dop, bop. Got any grapes?
Everyone here is worth learning.
Steal it? I thought about it.
Even the kid.
Ooh. You know your library is legit, your home library is legit when you have one of these. A sliding ladder. Just like Belle in Beauty and the Beast. I want a gigantic library. Like in my dream home, I want just a giant library. And I want sliding ladders. Fancy compass. I don't want that. Oh.
Walter, I hope I'm not overstepping here, but you're around the lodge a lot. Like, almost all the time.
Can I...
Doesn't that bother your wife?
Interesting. No security cameras either. Very trustworthy group. Can I just harvest this moth vine and no one cares? All right. Thanks. There you go. Keen knows the lyrics. Steal it, steal it, steal it. I had a friend in high school whose dad had a phone that looked like that duck. Yes, I've seen it before. I have seen that before. Quality phone. I wish I had a phone that looked like Martin. I would use it all the time. I speak in it all the time. Put my mouth really close to the receiver. Just disgusting habits. A sandwich, but it's not half eaten. I've seen 2 sandwiches so far, and each one had a bite taken out of it. This is a full-on sandwich. Salami and cheese? Yoink. Oh, a dinner plate. It's not from Earth, though, is it? A fork? Yoink. Y'all laugh, but you don't know the value of forks. You find the right people. That fork can go a long way. You heard me, David. B word. Just slap that sandwich in the fanny pack. Yeah.
Ha ha. I don't have much time for that kind of thing anymore. So much to do around here, you know?
Noel. No last name, huh?
Around here ever since Vladimir went to live on the eye full time.
Okay.
There's a chance.
So we got Matteo Catri, we got Walter Stroud, and Noel just has a mononym. Okay. Lorg, hello.
Let me know how it turns out.
No puns, monster. I never go anywhere without my pocket sandwich. What would you do, Martin? What would you do if you were riding mass transit? Hold on. What if you were doing if you were riding mass transit to space and someone just pulled a sandwich out of their pocket, started eating it? Didn't even finish the entire thing. Just put the rest back in their pocket after like 3 bites. Noel, nice to meet you.
That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now.
A little bit.
I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it.
Yes.
I'm Noel.
Hi, Noel.
It's really nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
Thank you for bringing the artifact to us.
You're as nice as Matteo and much nicer than Walter. So how long have you all been working on all this?
Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now. But we only became aware of the artifacts recently. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses.
Yeah.
And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he isn't here to see this.
Why do you think this, like, y'all talk about this man like he's dead? He got attacked by space pirates, which I helped defend him from, and he looked like he hold a gun really well. He left behind a ransom note. A little post-mortem, ha, middle finger. I'd be like, way to go, bud. Just pack a second one for me next time. Interesting. As Frank Cicino once said in Boy Meets World, I walk alone in this world except for the grilled cheese sandwich in my pocket. You know what's funny? Boy Meets World has a lot of overlap with Saliva. Because I believe it was Saliva who said, I walk for miles inside this pit of danger. Where no one else will follow me, I walk alone. And then Batista showed up and started doing machine gun arm animations. Pretty cool. So I was wondering about the other types of exploration work besides the artifacts.
Of course. There's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable.
Yes.
We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet.
Then I can give that planet life by introducing non-indigenous flora or fauna. Or I could put my PP into the planet. It'd be teeming with life. I'm pretty sure that's what the first settlers did with Earth. You seem to know a lot about these artifacts.
Oh gosh, no. I mean, that's flattering, but
Yeah.
really, we're making this up as we go. Until you arrived, we only had the 2, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work. There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us.
Okay. Let me know how I can help you learn more.
Well, right now, nothing's off the table. Metallurgical analysis, chemical composition. I'm looking at everything. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology.
Okay.
I don't know if it will help in this case, but the more we know about, well, everything, the better off we are, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of, if you're going to be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come across some interesting specimens. Anything organic, I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
You know, organic stuff, it's funny you mentioned that. I encountered a Terramorph. An experiment gone wrong. Oh, I still have that. I have a piece of it. I wonder if I could bring it to you. Okay. How would organic...
There's a galaxy chock full of resources.
Okay.
The more data I have, the more thorough an analysis I can do.
Got it.
And if it sweetens the deal, I can pay. Pretty well, too. Walter's pockets may not be bottomless, but they are pretty deep.
Oh, Walter's pockets are a lot like the hippopotamus and their rhymes. Got it. Do not F the uncharted planet. Who's gonna stop me? I've got some organic resources for you.
Anything I can learn from is a help.
Here's some fiber. Hope it helps. So Sarah said something about a place for me to stay.
Right? Planning on sticking around then? Good.
Yeah.
I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour.
Yeah, for sure. I love that.
So you've seen the library, obviously.
Yeah.
Walter's quite proud of the collection, but Mateo has made more than a few contributions. Gardens are out the doors there.
Yep.
If you need a moment of quiet contemplation. Emphasis on the quiet part. At least usually.
No, for sure.
Let's head upstairs. Sebastian Banks, Constellation's founder, had this place built decades ago. It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here.
Wait, can I RP walk? Because I can sneak. Oh, auto move is that numlock? Oh, it's just numlock. For auto run? Hold to run. Toggle always run caps lock. Got it. I pressed the wrong button. Oh wow, that's really slow. Sorry. What kind of walk is this? Speed up! John Uncharted's gonna stop me? I wish he would. I often hit numlock after 9 p.m.
So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself. Within reason, of course.
Getting drunk, got
now,
it.
Let's see about that room. You're in luck. We were almost at max occupancy already, but there's still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so full.
Yeah, I plan on getting shit-faced, so really looking forward to staying here. I bet Walter has the nicest like liquor in the world too, so I'm definitely getting blasted. Also did not expect this place to be so deep.
Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so maybe a little less quiet.
Why? What does Mateo
I'm sure
do?
Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Enjoy.
Wait, why is it less quiet with Mateo? What does Mateo do? Why is it less... Noel! Noel! Nice pad. Exotic bottle. Okay. I am not gonna have great expectations in my room. Fuck out of here. Moby Dick, I might. Maybe the game will end the same way that Ahab's Tale does in Moby Dick. Oh my god, what if it does? We'll see. Cocktail mixer, nice. Ooh, that dranky drink. Yoink. Cocktail tumblers when I have guests over, like Donna. Oh, storage. Nice. I can transfer some shiznit in there. I took a nap, but now I have to shower, but I wanted to say hi. I love Great Expectations. Give it to me. All right. Jess, if you want to read Great Expectations, just look in the safe. And that's where it'll be. There you go. Shit. And my fine dining fork is also in there. I'm taking that. Chronomark watch case. That's kind of a tease, because I don't have it in real life, but I can stare at the case right here. Makes my ass hurt. No worries, DNS. Thanks for stopping by. The reflection, godlike. Nice bed, though. I will have a nap. I don't think my character has slept in forever. Get a good 8 local hours of sleep. There we go. Hey, Adrian. Yes. What is up? Hey, Amy. You're handsome? My handsome what? Is this Mateo's room? Wait, is this Mateo's room? Why does Mateo have a weapon case? Why does Mateo have binoculars? Why does Mateo have binoculars next to the cutting pliers, next to the weapon case? Also, thank you, Jess. That's very kind of you to say. And because you're pretty, now I feel really handsome. And for any of you that say, wait, so if someone who's ugly calls you handsome, it doesn't count? Yeah. Luckily, no one in the community is an uggo. So I really hope that no one's like an uggo and then like subs, because then I'll feel like really bad. Hey man, brand new sub, first time subber, and I'll go, oh, hey. Are you an uggo? Your character's back looks sick. You should see the front. I mean that in a non-sexual way too. I have a very pretty character, Martin. Look at her. Is she not the moment? I chose the pronouns she, her, by the way. Just so there's no confusion. Isn't she beautiful? She, her. Except for the eyes. What is happening right now? What are you doing? Actually, my reaction when the booty's too big. Hey, do you like my copy of Great Expectations? Man, ain't nobody paying attention to that tablet you got. What tablet? Exactly. That thing, Thangin. She gets it. She gets it. Isla Fisher-Price gets it. I'm telling you. A sundress and a pair of Converse. Same reaction. Thank you for doing it right on time for Martin, by the way. Yeah. She's having am I an Uggo moment. Fortunately, my character is not an Uggo, so nothing to worry about. So if I take things from Mateo's room, it's not stealing? Are there no Constellation possessions? They're all our possessions, comrade? Yikes. You're back for real, be good? Okay. Okay, cool room. What else we got? The commons room. Oh God, one of these rooms. One of these rooms where we go in here and discuss things like cost analysis, projections, and how all of our spending ties into our oversight. I do kind of want to take that globe, but I won't. I want to prove that I'm over the Bethesda curse of taking everything, because I don't need to. I have my own things. Ooh, closet. Ooh, a fire extinguisher. Thought about it. Thought about it. Thank you, Nightbot. You're doing God's work, man. Oh. Now this is a room. Sir Livingston's second journal. Big ass vase. Cool painting. Whoa, it's an optical illusion. Not high enough for this. Who's in the incense? Prayer mat? Mateo? I want to assume, but... Oh yeah, it's set next to Mateo's room. Right, your room is actually shared by Mateo's in the commons. Oh wait, commons is right there. There's Mateo's room. That's a business room. Got it. Mateo's room connects to somebody else's room? Not a big fan of connecting rooms, to be honest. I've stayed in a hotel. Well, I stayed in a hotel once that had a connecting room, but it was with my friend. I didn't mind. She didn't mind. Not like that, you perverts. What if you get a nice house, then you could put that cool globe in it and people will think you're worldly? That's true. Because sometimes people won't ask you about the trips that you've had. You've got to find a way to put them in the conversation because nobody asked. You know, like, oh man, I just had the most delicious Burger King last night. They have like this new onion ring Whopper. You know what? Speaking of that, have you ever had like an octopus burger Whopper? They only serve them in Japan. Have you been to Japan? Where they serve them there? You haven't. So 4 years ago, I went to Japan, right? And I went to Burger King there. And you're like, oh my God. But if I have a globe in my house, I won't have to worry about someone putting me in position to talk about where I've been. I can just do it. I can do the asshole thing where I say, let's play a game. We're going to spin the globe, close our eyes, right? Spin the globe, put our finger down there, and then we'll say whether or not we've been there before. And if we have, we'll share a story, okay? I want to play this game. And go. Yeah, exactly, Tafo. Keep spinning it until it lands in the place I went to. Oh, would you look at that? Yeah. Having a liquor globe sounds so rad. So I'm not a drinker myself, but I do have drinks in my home and a decanter that I use for guests. Just want to show up and like casually have drink. But I've always wanted like a rich mahogany like office space or room where I could like what's his name? The John Wick handler from Deadwood. Want to have a room like that where I can, someone walks in and it can be like, you know, drink. And I reach down in some like really fancy wooden cabinet and pull it out. It's a globe, obviously, a globe decanter. Makes that pop sound. Do not open without authorization. Oh, is that a air humidifier, air purifier or humidifier? Nice Olympic barbell set. Wait a minute, I feel like if you have a punching bag next to your bed and you're always working out in here, it's gonna stink. Is that why this is here? I'm not gonna work up a sweat right next to my bed. Ew. Bat ball. I fucking love bat ball. Old Earth baseball? That's a dickhead move. I'm not taking that. That's a classic CD rack, relevant for approximately 20 years of human history. Is it? I don't know, dude. It looks a little rusted. I used to sell those CD towers when I worked at Media Play. They sold so well. There was something gratifying about watching someone upgrade from a 20 CD tower rack to a 100 one because their collection grew so big. Or they buy 4 of them. I have a lot of DVDs and you're like, whoa. Don't use your gun. Don't use your knife. I do have an idea though. I wonder. Still don't have a reason. You won't have the time. And it really makes me wonder if I ever gave a fuck about you. There's something to believe in, 'cause I don't believe in you anymore. Here it is. That is not what I expected. Jesus. Yak. 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 Mink. Ah. Yo. Mink. Yak. Yo, I am strong. Good Lord. Hey, yo, Johnny, check it out. This is what I look like in gray sweatpants. I'm sorry, that was completely inappropriate.
Thank you for subscribing.
Easy baits. Easy bait oven. See, all of you out there who are asking the question, Adrian, how do I get subs? That's all you gotta do. Know your audience. Welcome back, Devontae, for 73 months in a row. I hope you got some sleep. I can't believe Jess wasn't here to hear that. Yeah, keep it to yourself. Take that bag. yeah. Take that bag to Memphis.
Bits and bits and bits.
Oh wait, do you main Luke? I played Street Fighter 6 last night for the first time in since launch, because I finally had time to, and I still got it. Bro, you know what I learned? If I start playing that game, I think I could be really good. Because I played a platinum player, beat their ass, played a gold player, beat their ass, played a diamond player, lost 2-1, played a high plat player, lost 4 games in a row, won the next 2, and then when I was getting used to their patterns, they dipped. I'm thinking, if I play this game seriously, I might do some damage. I might be him. Oh, Johnny, if you want to find out, you can log in and we can find out too. That's the best part about fighting games. Anytime you want to talk some mess about it, you can always run a 1st to 5 and fix that really quickly. Sat up and had a Mike Tyson moment. I broke my back is broken. It sounds like you're having a Tobey Maguire, Peter Parker moment. Positively reinforcing lube with funny jokes. Thank you. Are you pro or anti-Napoleon? The movie? The movie starring, what is it, Jude Law? Or actual Napoleon, the individual? Answer the question? No, that's a loaded question. I don't answer loaded questions. Napoleon can get this though. Yak! Let me put these fists away before I hurt somebody. Joaquin Phoenix. Jude Law, Joaquin Phoenix. Can you pick them apart in a lineup? Can you? Anything in here I can take? I kind of want to take that stylized desk fan just to be a dick. Plus, it's not stealing. What's in here? Ooh. Ah. Now this is a room. I love fluorescent lighting like this. It means something dangerous is happening in here. Nah, I'm finna be trash. Button mashes and wins. Meanwhile, someone with the technical know-how can end up getting body because you're like, what are they doing? I think sometimes part of being good at a fighting game is being good against random. Being good against people who just don't follow the rules of technicalities. It's like what the Joker, it's like what Alfred said. Some people you play against don't care about frame data. They don't care about their sweep being -11. They don't care that it's not their turn. They don't care that you got a perfect in the first round. They do not care. They don't care that you anti-aired 4 times in a row because they're going to jump the 5th time. They don't care that you threw them once and they tech each time afterwards and then they throw you. They do not care. They do not care. And your job is to figure out why they don't care and then stop them from doing it ever again. You can't play smart against people who are not playing smart. When you think to yourself, there's no way they'll wake up level 3, yes, they will. And then when you think they won't, and you sit there and you crouch block, and they wake up and just fucking throw you and you don't tech, that's on you. And it's on me. Ridley Scott taking it on is also interesting because he tends to make really good movies that the studio edits down to okay's movies, but later get an extended cut and are seen as masterpieces. Blade Runner, Gladiator, Alien, Kingdom of Heaven. I want to say I'll see it. I think I have an interest to see it, but I don't really have a lot. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of movies like I used to. You know what I mean? I'm just now seeing that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is available on Amazon Prime. Like, wasn't that just in theaters? There was something else too that I just saw that was available on like HBO Max or something, and I was like, man, that seems like really soon. I shouldn't be complaining, but I don't know. That's true, Monster. That's also true, Keen. Wasn't there a clip of a dude like Ryu flowcharting in a tournament and dude progressively getting tilted because it wasn't playing normal? Yes. And that is a recycled clip. I don't want to say it was I think it was a Street Fighter 4. And it was pools. And it was some dude who was just so happy to win. And like the dude on stage was like really heated. I think it was a Rufus. Rufus and a Ryu, and it's one of those dudes who plays like they do online, you know, like, fuck, couldn't get my Ultra Connect. Finally I got my jab set up into FADC cancel no Ultra, finally. And he got lamed out. I was so happy to watch it happen. You know what you do? Finish your combos. Uh-oh, Johnny, you've unlocked Sam's trap card. The question is Devante gonna fall trap to it too? Put your head on my shoulder. Very funny that there's an item called snake oil, except it actually works. And not only does it work, but it treats brain injury, concussion, heat stroke, hernia, hypothermia, lung damage, poisoning, and radiation poisoning. Are all these things going to happen to me? Oh yeah, I think the game, when you're crafting, excuse me, will always pull from your inventory, I think, and your storage, but it won't pull from the companion's inventory, if I read that correctly. But I thought that was only in your home base. Is that, I'm guessing that's the case everywhere you go? Because I don't recall having 17 sealants and 14 structurals. Because I put all of my ingredients and stuff inside of the storage box in the ship. I told you so. Honestly, LaShoy, I wouldn't even be angry about it. I would think that would be very funny. I mean, part of me thinks I would use it in a situation that's very dire, where I needed it to live, and I would go, "Oh my god, I can't believe this." But then I would go, "Ha, that's pretty good." Like if it was during that battle that I had against the Terramorph, that 1v1 level 2 versus level 10, I'd be upset, but I'd appreciate being upset. I would have been in the state of got. It would have got me. Cool bathroom. This is definitely Walter's room. Oh yeah. Yeah, an overhanging view of the entire library. Right to the balcony too. Definitely Walter's room. This is a power room. 2 entranceways, yeah. A guest little like a wall chase lounge. We call them couches, Adrian. Did you see they're making a movie glorifying infamous imperialist war criminal Napoleon? Yes, we were just talking about that. How does it make you feel? Ridley Scott did Thelma and Louise? Interesting. Shower and get into bed to watch time. See you soon. Okay, I'll be here. 19 inches of venom in a month. Yeah, if the strike is called off due to agreeing with their not so unagreeable terms, actually. And not just them too. There was somebody else. There was somebody else who was threatening to go on strike. It was auto manufacturer who was looking to go on strike unless they get like a 36%, I think, increase in wages, and the billionaires who were promised called their claims to be outrageous for demands. And I'm like, I don't know, look, I'll be honest, anytime a group goes on strike and says we just want a better quality of life, more wages, even without reading the actual data, I'm almost 100% convinced they're not being unrealistic. Almost 100% of the time, I'm like, you know what? I bet they're right. And then I see the projected cost analysis of like, well, it'll cost them this much, and then it'll make this much, and it'll be this much. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. Give them the money. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. Pay them. 3% unemployment rate, and you want to cap about this? Shut up. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, it's not stealing. It's not theft. Hi, Jess. Welcome back. It's been, remember that time you left and you said, be a good boy, except for Martin? We were good. UAW, yes. Yes. This will make us lose $300 to $400 million a year. They literally are doing the math to prove that's not happening. They'd only lose 43 million. Yeah, I don't care. That's not unreasonable. Like, kick rocks. Pay them, move on. Pay them, move on. Like, that's it. That's literally it. Pay them, move on. There are other small studios that are continuing production because they're meeting all the demands. Yeah, I saw that. I saw there are a few indie companies that said, we support our friends who are currently striking for better benefits as part of the SAG, AFTRA strike. But our demands are already met, so we'll continue to produce our work, but we support them in the meantime, and any working within that facility, they are still on strike. Like, that's cool. That's cool. See, in France, we don't have high unemployment because our unemployment benefit system fucks over its beneficiaries to the best of its abilities to kick them off benefits. They don't count as unemployed. Nice! Way to beat the system. Report on Constellation. The following is an excerpt from a 2283 SSN news or SSNN news report about Constellation's near collapse. And although Constellation's relevance has been a subject of much debate amongst the New Atlantis intelligentsia, the disappearance of founder Sebastian Banks was a blow most felt the organization couldn't survive. In fact, Constellation's disbanding seemed imminent until member Chloe Bao changed her vote in the 11th hour, thus ensuring the group's continued operation at least for the time being, as well as her unexpected appointment to the position of chair. Chloe Bao, huh? Sebastian Banks has disappeared. Interesting. I wonder why this was inside of Walter's office. Assuming this is Walter's office / room, which I do think it is. Should I take his shit? I'm gonna hit him where it hurts. I'm taking your hourglass. Now we're even. Hi. What happened? Nothing happened. Jess? Hey, what's up? What's up, Ice? I remembered. What's up, Ice? What's good? This copying done. Catch you guys on the flip side. Goodbye, Sam. See you in an hour. See you in 1 hour. What's interesting is that actors and writers also aren't allowed to promote their movies. The Captain Marvel movie, despite being entirely finished, has been pushed because there's no shot the movie makes money without a massive marketing campaign. Yeah. But I have confidence in a film like that too to make it all back. I mean, what? How many films were pushed because of the pandemic? I mean, Oppenheimer was pushed because of the pandemic. Mission Impossible was pushed due to the pandemic. Want to say John Wick also was pushed the pandemic. So it's like, just pay these people. Why is this conversation? I know why it's a conversation, but like, what are we doing, man? Well, it'd be different if you were in the position you had their money. Fuck off. And if I ever became that kind of person with that kind of money, then tell me to fuck off too. Okay, I gotta go work. Bye forever. Goodbye forever. You're a liar. I've seen the clip. Who clipped it? Bro, you can't trust anyone in this community. My God. Hey, Martin. What is this right here? What is this? Oh, okay. Thank you. I was curious. How am I feeling, Ash? Let's see. I've been playing Starfield for the better part of 11 hours. I spent the first 6 hours without even reaching New Atlantis. Now I've been in New Atlantis for the other 5 hours. I'm happy. The viewers? I don't know. The Clark Lewis? Did they name a ship after Lewis and Clark? But you can't name a ship after Sacagawea? The more things change, right? It's a navigation tool. Not where I'm from. Not where I'm from, culinary. Literal snitches, I know. Your character looks really cool. Thank you. Closest thing I can do besides creating you. Report the Clark Lewis. I breached the hull at approximately 13:48. That's 1:48 for the rest of us. Soul time. As expected, all internal systems were offline. Emergency power had ceased to function years earlier, so I was navigating the ship in 0G. Again, I expected that. Almost immediately, I started seeing the bodies. They were everywhere. The crew, the settlers, all of them drifting throughout the ship. What surprised me were the obvious variations in the causes of death. Those not in suits were frozen, fairly well preserved, and I imagine some of them actually asphyxiated. Others were emaciated, as if they had starved prior to death and freezing. Others had substantial wounding, gunshots, stab wounds. I even found an arm floating amongst the debris, but not the owner of said arm. It was when I got to the engine room that things finally started to make sense. Due to my approach, I hadn't noticed it from the outside, but half the compartment was actually gone, completely destroyed. The helium-3 tanks had ruptured. Somehow, sabotage? Faulty equipment? Wasn't clear. But the reactor was gone, blown into space. No helium-3 meant no jumping. No reactor meant no engine, no thrusters. That meant the Clark Lewis was dead in space. Forever. Helium is white. I would actually take one of those helium tanks and made a funny noise with them. That's me, though. A few personal logs I discovered only confirmed what I then assumed. Life on the Clark Lewis devolved over the course of the next few years. Some people starved to death, others resorted to violence and even murder. There was even some compelling, though unsubstantiated, evidence indicating cannibalism. For the settled systems at large, the disappearance of the Clark Lewis is a topic of urban legend, like Bigfoot or the Roanoke colony. Part of the myth held that the ship had made it to some Eden-like planet where the settlers had established a kind of utopia. This is like Horizon Forbidden West. It's a hell of a thing knowing something an entire galaxy does not. Holding on to a truth so terrible you're not even sure it should be seen the light of day. Kaliabao's extensive 2282 report on the destruction of the Clark Lewis colony ship, which was reported lost in the year 2257, was a subject of much contention within Constellation. At a time when space exploration was already on the decline, Sebastian Banks feared that the horrifying story of the Clark Lewis and his crew would prevent people from venturing out into the dangerous unknowns of space, which would probably render the Constellation into default and disbanded. So she has to hide this story and let people keep the mysteries of the Clark Lewis and have the urban legend that maybe they made it to Eden. Sucks. What is this game about? Found thing in space, touched thing in space when we shouldn't have. Thing in space is connected to other things in space that form together when put into proximity, and we're gonna go find more of the things so we can put them together and find out what it's gonna do with the expansion of the human race and space travel, which is ultimately, as you know, going to be a very bad idea. Hope that helps. Very cool. I'm staying on Earth. Martin, you're so smart. You're like the director of good decisions. You know what I mean? Like, that's your title and your job. Oh, there's just a lot of liquor in here, huh? I might save these for later on when I need persuasion chances. I'll come back to those knowing I have them there. Which means I'll forget they're there. Sir Livingstone's journal. In almost all cases, we should have stayed our asses at home. Sir Malcolm Livingstone's appointment to the role of Constellation Chair was controversial to say the least, as he essentially bought his way into the position. Nevertheless, Banks's contributions to the organization were substantial, as evidenced by this excerpt from his personal journal. In time, the others will come to accept me as chair, I'm sure. Until then, I remain committed to improving this organization to the best of my abilities. And if those improvements rely even more on my already considerable monetary contributions, then so be it. So, Constellation just has a lot of money poured into it, it seems. From now 2 different individuals, maybe 3? I agreed we needed a robot, but disagreed with the purchase of a newer model. Model A. Lunar Robotics is a shadow of what it once was. Instead, I managed to procure an original Model A, manufactured on the moon. Bought him for a song, found him rusting in some junk heap in Kila City. I'm having him refurbished as I write this, and in a couple of days, he'll be good as new. I've decided to name him Vasco, and like his namesake, I imagine he'll be as flawed as he is effective. My next step is renovating the lodge. Sebastian Banks has the good sense to name the building appropriately, but it's time to inject a bit of old world grandeur. If we are to be the gatekeepers of art, science, culture, and exploration, our headquarters must express that. It's time I called in some favors and searched in those hidden corners of this settled system to procure the things that would truly make this place come alive. There are some treasures from old Earth that desperately need an appropriate home. Interesting. Seems like Sir Malcolm Livingstone and Walter have a lot in common. So Vasco is like his namesake, and that he'll be as flawed as he is effective. Who is Vasco? Anyone know that reference? I went and got snacks during the ad break. How's Starfield going today? I've accomplished so much and so little at the same time. A typical day. What kind of snacks did you get? And as per usual, did you bring enough for the entire classroom? No, I did not swing on him. I did swing on a punching bag though. Dracula? No thank you. Shoutouts to Bram Stoker though. The Origin of Species? Haven't read that one. Moby Dick? I do like that. Nicholas Nickleby can kiss my ass. Can I take this caution sign? I cannot. A dartboard? I have darts on the ship. Can I play darts? I can't play darts. I can play darts in Shenmue and Yakuza, but I can't play darts in here? Seems racist. Let me cook though. You redeemed hydrate? All right. Just this one time. All right. Anybody want a grilled cheese sandwich? I hope not, because we're out of bread. I literally can't make anything, so I hope none of y'all want anything. My bad, y'all. Yeah, sorry, Devontae. My bad, little homie. Just the cheese then. Hey, I can still put in the skillet. You want some skillet cheese? I made some bacon earlier, so the grease might still be in there. You can have some, ooh, bacon grease cheese. Fried. Mmm. There was one more place I wanted to go inside of before leaving here. F word, what was it? Oh, here, the bathroom, I think it was. Yeah, it was the bathroom. Good old crunchy cheese. I hope you brought some nothing for the rest of the classroom too. Ask Ice. Toilet. Skin cream bottle, big shout outs. Got a plant in there to soak up all the nasty. I like this display. I don't know what you put inside of it, but I like it regardless. A lot of towels, tissues, tiny ass laundry basket. All right, cool. I'm all done here. Hut. Wait. Shit. This room. Aha! Oh! I didn't read the caption. I have no idea where I'm headed. Oh! A rooftop garden. This is nice. Oh, and because I'm outside, I can just drop down there and start walking around. That's tight as hell. That fucking look. Whoa. It is very orange over there. Sexy canna, pardon my scanner? Guess not. Cool. Got what I needed out here. Hey, what did y'all eat today? Me? I woke up. I did some empty stomach workout and cardio. Came home. I had some scrambled eggs. A little bit of sour cream. Fat or light. Pieces of bacon. And then I had some toasted bread with peanut butter, honey, and banana. And a protein shake. I'm about to smash with some yogurt pretty soon too.
I am at your service, Captain.
And cheers for that, dude. Love you. And I might have some, thinking I might have myself some Chipotle for dinner. You had a banana too? Banana twins. Eating some chips with hummus right now? Can I have a bite? Is that weird?
We've always considered ourselves explorers, but This really is uncharted territory, isn't it?
And by the way, Martin, when I say can have a bite, I'm not asking for you to give me a chip with some hummus. I want to directly, yeah, there it is. That's okay. All right, Sarah.
Something you need? So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else?
Oh, we're doing the cool leadership thing where I talk to you without looking at you, right? Power move. What do you know about the artifacts?
Not much, but you've seen them for yourself. It doesn't take a lot to realize we're dealing with something extraordinary.
Indeed.
Just what that is, we'll have to figure out. It's what we do.
How well known is the constellation?
I don't know what you've heard, but I can imagine. First of all, I think you can dismiss any stories about us no longer existing.
Clearly.
I don't believe in smearing our name everywhere we can. Exploring the universe, charting the unknown, that's what counts. Besides, having a little mystery gives us room to maneuver. A fixed reputation could fence us in a lot of ways.
So my good friend Johnny is comfy, which begs the question, what is constellation? Like, what do you even do?
We're explorers. Humanity has always hunted for knowledge in the unknown. We just take that a little more seriously than others. We were founded decades ago by a man named Sebastian Banks. He wanted a small group of people from all corners of the settled systems dedicated to the biggest question of all. What's out there? These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is asking us to unravel.
But no news about Livingston, huh? Or Powell. Okay. And you're right, humanity has always tried to search into the great unknown. I have seen the cooking section of TikTok. I'm convinced that we're done exploring. If I say I'm ready, are you gonna like jettison me off this planet, or can I just chill? Can I kick it? I'm ready.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are.
Okay.
I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising.
So, UC Vanguard.
A volunteer force that helps defend the edges of United Colonies space. They're always looking for recruits. Lots of retired veterans and dangerous professionals mixed in with part-timers who barely have a laser cannon welded to a hull.
Nice.
My contact is in the recruiting office, so he hears a lot about what the volunteers are up to.
You know, legwork never pays off quite the way you expect.
You've done this before, eh? Wise words. We watch each other's backs. We'll be fine. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this.
Oh.
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Okay. Is she afraid of eye contact? I said earlier, I think it's a power move. One of those things where someone's occupied doing something else, and that you looking to speak with them and have a conversation is not worth from them prying away what they were doing. By the way, what do I get out of this? What about me? Do I get a salary, compensation, 401k, benefits?
You mean besides the ship, the robot, and a place to stay all rent-free?
Yeah.
We do have some funds we can disperse from time to time. Not to mention, I think we can get you a proper suit. We're explorers. We keep a lot of equipment on hand for that purpose. So the more you work with us, the more we can share what we have.
By the way, I didn't need you to list off all the things that I already knew I had access to. It's very patronizing. Please don't do that again. Thank you ahead of time. You and me until we get the artifact.
We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care.
Oh.
So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood?
I do have some stolen goods. You don't care if I steal as long as I don't get caught?
I mean, Constellation has a roster of members who haven't always been on the right side of their respective society. We're risk takers. Some of us have seen the inside of a jail cell more than once.
Whoa.
If you join us, it means you're committed to our mission. In exchange, we give you latitude in your choice of means.
Understood.
Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
Yeah. Welcome.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
They'll do.
Captain, now that you are a member of Constellation, I am at your service. No additional protocols necessary. Also, given the likelihood that you will be out in unsettled space, it might be beneficial to go over exploration outpost development, in case you ever need to build a base for field research.
Yeah. Outpost development? Whatever do you mean?
The exploration of an unknown planet can be a major undertaking. By building an outpost, you will be able to construct scanning equipment, resource extractors, and defenses. It is even possible to set up multiple outposts capable of manufacturing,
Yes.
allowing you to build advanced equipment.
Yes. I chose industrialist for this very reason. Yes. Let me bring my industrialism and megacorp to space. Let me take over and get rich. Off the backs of, wait, myself, not others. How do I know if a planet has the resources I need? Probably scan it.
A planetary scan
Yeah.
will reveal the presence of key inorganic resources, although rarer elements will be harder to find without training. And while a scan may detect the presence of life on a planet, you will have to analyze the native plants and animals yourself to know what compounds they produce.
I just want to appreciate how good Vasco's model looks right now. Like the deterioration of paint in certain parts, the rusting in certain parts, the scuff marks, the embeds right here, and the scratches along the edges right here. This pulley harness right here, a pull wire right there. Like, what a cool design. You're so fun. What kind of advanced structures could I build?
The scan booster is the most obvious, as it will enable you to detect landmarks and other points of interest from further away.
Bet.
Beyond that, extractors will allow you to collect raw materials of various types, while fabricators enable the manufacturing. A particularly prosperous outpost may even warrant the construction of cargo links, allowing you to share resources between other outposts you have built.
This game is going to last forever. I'm building an empire. It may as well be Roller Coaster Tycoon, or 2 Point Hospital, or Planet Zoo. It sounds useful. I'll try it next time I touch down on a planet.
The blueprints you need to construct an outpost should already be on your watch. It will automatically connect to any available materials for construction in your ship's cargo.
Go. Hey, do you miss Barrett?
My primary function has been to support and protect Barrett during his travels. I am currently unable to do so. That is as capable as I can be of missing anyone.
You miss
I believe
him.
Barrett would find your question amusing.
Now your job is to support and protect me. That's right, you buster. You know, protecting Barrett must have been quite the challenge.
Barrett has, thus far, survived every mission on which we have embarked. It is therefore evident that my efforts have been successful.
True.
I suspect that Barrett would disagree with how necessary my intervention has been in any given situation.
You know, I could use you in my crew, Vasco.
Captain, I will proceed to my assigned post.
Ooh, manage your crew. Review and change their assignments between your ships and outposts. Different crew have different skills which can enhance your ship or outpost. That's so cool! So you can go to different locations and then based on where you are, you'll be more beneficial. Bet. Change Vasco's assignment to Frontier. Because currently you're unassigned, right? Yeah. Neutronic fusion, shield systems, weapon systems on the ship. Yeah, bruh. Bet. Frontier? Nah, you hang out with me. That was dope. I wonder how the hell I got to that screen. Well, how I can get to that screen because that was just like, it took me there. Star map, skills, inventory, missions, ship.
Hello. Goodbye.
I just like the simplicity of that. I don't know. There's gotta be a way to get there faster. Ship is H, powers K. That's ship. That's powers. I don't know, but I have to go to the bathroom. You're all watching OK Per View, by the way. Thank you for hanging out. BRB.